going on, traders? It's Ricky with Techbud Solutions. So today, another great day for trading. Starting the week off on a great note. Kind of want to let you guys know how the day started. So Jetson, just started us off on a good note. Did some technical analysis and just sent it out to the group on different stocks and kind of their safety nets and resistance levels. Gave a little breakdown on what it is he was talking about, and I told him, just thank you again. Talked about some market movers, so LPCN at 349, a couple traders, and then Brandon shouted out CIE, which lows of 110. I put a limit at 110. I had to change it to 110.01. Ended up getting filled, and a couple traders followed getting filled at CIE. I'm gonna talk to you guys why we found so much potential with CIE, and if you guys watched our Sunday stock talk, it's one that I emphasized on kind of what my whole plan was for trading it. So again, we had a plan going into it, and I actually let the team know exactly what that plan was. So a couple traders followed with the fill on CIE. So pretty much this was my plan. I said I had a stop loss at 1.099. Resistance was around 115 or 120, depending on the volume. So right now CIE is actually going crazy. Overall on my trade, so this is CEI, so this is a different stock. This one was hitting 83 cents. This one that we're watching, CIE. This is when I shouted out. So CIE hit 118. I didn't get filled to sell. That's because I still had my stop loss set. The volume was so low, as you can see, it pretty much plateaued for about 2 hours between 111 and 112. And I had a stop loss. Again, when you have a plan on just cutting losses as soon as possible and you don't see that upward momentum, I have my stop loss right below this 110. It was at 1.099. Therefore, I'm only risking 1/10 of a cent. And since I'm trading with not necessarily a large account, it's $3,000 is my risk account, 30,000 is my overall account. My risk account of 3,000, losing 1/10 of a cent is about I think $30, not too sure. But hit 110. I got filled at 110.01. Continued. I was already up. I was up about $54 for the past 2 hours, and then all of a sudden a huge spike. I got an alert. I couldn't get filled. It popped up too quickly. It usually doesn't do that. It usually staircases up. So I removed my stop loss. I set my limit order at 1.199 and got filled like 3 minutes later. And then that's when I told them that 270 profit. Look, I submitted this on the stop loss, or set myself for success. So I don't know if it's gonna, it won't tell me. I wanted to see what the whole complete breakdown was on the time, but it doesn't tell me exactly. Let me go ahead and show you the charts, exactly what I was talking about when it comes to setting ourselves up for success. So we know CIE, we've traded it many times before. I've actually traded it when it drops down to 112. We bought in at 112, and then we're able to sell at 120. Where was that? It was actually here to the 120. Comes back down quite often, hit 112, hit highs of like 117. So it's a stock that we understand and that we trade quite often. We day trade it, so we definitely don't hold it overnight just because it's a little bit closer to be a penny stock. So with that being said, hit lows of 110, and we had a plan. We had a plan to cut our losses at less than 1% if it drops below 110. That was our buying area. Anything from like 110 to 112 was essentially a good buying area. And a good sell point was anything from 118 to 120 to lock in nearly 10%. The resistance levels are right here at 114, as this is an old safety, and old safeties become new resistance levels. It obviously struggled to go above it, but right as it popped, popped right through, hit highs of 118, as you guys can see. Let me get a little bit closer to the day. Let me see if I can do a complete breakdown on the day altogether. Let's see. There you go. You can see the bounce for, since the market really opened it as of 113 and then started bouncing from 111 to 112 for almost like 3 hours. And then went up to 118, came back down. That's when I removed my stop loss, was holding at 113, and then I put my limit order to sell at 119.9. I got my alert, and then I got my order from Robinhood saying that I got filled. Was able to squeeze it in at 119.9, and then, came back down. It kind of just plateaued, and it's kind of staircasing, from the 111 to 112, 113 to 114 to 115, and then now it's trading around 118. So if we kind of refresh the price, it actually just had a really quick pop a couple minutes ago, all the way up to 131 are the highs right now. So The only thing that I don't like right now about CIE is, I mean, I sold, right? So I don't know any of the company. I made $270 within, the day of trading. Wasn't really too active. That's why the messages in the group were kind of low today, just because I bought into CIE kind of early at 110 and didn't want to risk anything more. So with that itself, just was kind of waiting for a pop, had a stop loss. I was actually going to sell at 112 just to kind of like lock in my profit since the volume wasn't there, because it was struggling to go above it. And like we've said, sometimes when it struggles to go above it, usually it has a drop down. This is like, a very rare chance where it just like has a huge pop up, and it's because, a huge spike or energy spikes of high volume according to TD Ameritrade, which I don't like. That's why the volume is so high right now. Although it's, helping a lot of people out to squeeze in some profits, in the long run when it comes to CIE, as it comes staircasing down, it's most likely going to break below 110, just because, all the people that were holding are going to want to start cutting their losses. And it's just a bad thing that can happen to a stock when it gets manipulated like this. So hopefully it's not getting manipulated. Hopefully, they have some good earning reports to kind of put out in the next couple of weeks, and kind of hold CIE above $1, because if it starts to go sub $1, then that's when it's going to get on track to kind of get delisted. So that's pretty much my breakdown on CIE, what I looked for. So again, my buy-in price was at 110. My sell point, my target sell point was around 115, as I knew that was a resistance, to about 120, as that was the last time I sold. Yes, I could have held a little bit longer and, hoped for the best and, sold at 130. But again, realistically, I would have not known that it was going to hit that high. I knew that it had potential, just based on the past 5 days simply, of hitting, 120, as I knew that was a comfortable resistance that I understood. So I set myself up for success. I had a whole plan. The team did great on understanding why it was a good buy, so they followed with their own trades and their own buying areas, and that's how we were able to lock in a decent amount of profit on our trade today. So a little bit under 10%, I believe it was like 8 to 9% profit today. Again, $270 exceeded my goal of 250. So I'm pretty happy on that. I'm gonna just set a couple of alerts on a couple other stocks and see how it plays out today. But other than that, that is my recap for today. If you guys would like to be a part of this group, please feel free to join. I am going to provide you with the link down below so you guys can join the Facebook group. The Facebook group, we're sitting right around 617 members. With all three groups, I actually just added all three or all four different platforms that we have access to when it comes to TechBuds, and we're sitting right around 1,075 members worldwide. So that is amazing, just because of what we've been able to do with the group. So if you guys would like to be a part of it, again, it's a free group you can join. Just ask to join. The link is going to be provided for you down below. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, I'm going to provide you with my email, and feel free to reach out to me if you guys have any questions and would love to be a part of this group, or have any suggestions for the group, or want any just to be guided in the right direction. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to be a part of your success. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys again so much for joining us, and if you guys have any questions, you guys know how to reach out to me. If you guys found this video somewhat helpful, we'd really appreciate if you guys can give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys again. Hope you guys have a good Monday, and take care.